When I started this back in 2003, when I used to import, what did I import? I used to import skateboard decks, Chinese maple skateboard decks, for those of you who are in the action sports industry. So just a little education about skateboard decks. There are only two major manufacturers of skateboard decks in the world. There's Canada, because they have the Canadian maple tree, and then there's Chinese, with the Chinese maple tree. They are the only two major manufacturers of skateboard decks. So me, because I could not afford to import Canadian maple, I started importing Chinese maple skateboard decks. There was no social media then. There was no Facebook. There was no YouTube. There was no Instagram. So what did I do? I mean, back then we were also doing business with fax. I used to fax. Oh, you guys are millennials. You probably don't know what a fax machine is. Most of you at least are millennials. So people who are 46, 47, my age, I just turned 47 on the June 16th. You know what a fax machine is. So when I will make my orders in China, I will fax them my PO, my purchase order. And then the manufacturing company will fax me back the invoice. That was how we did business back then. And when I receive the goods, I will put it in my car and I will look at, back then they had this phone book, Yellow Pages. Now, if you're in the US, you know what I'm talking about. Yellow Pages. I'll start looking at, okay, sporting section. Every sporting brick and mortar store, back then, a lot of businesses went online. You could only buy something at a physical brick and mortar store. So I will take the phone book, then I will identify, let's say, okay, I want to hit 10 stores today. I'll get into my car and I will drive and I will go door to door selling skateboard decks to shop owners. Some cases, what I always try to do is this. I will first and foremost try to sell it to them on the spot. And if they reject it, I will give it to them on consignment. Because even back then, I was proclaiming myself as the best skateboard deck distributor, meaning I had to make sure that my supply chain was right. I had to make sure that every deck that I received was of great quality. So I said, okay, fine. If you don't want to buy from me up front right now, here's 2 dozens. Market it. I will come back in 2 weeks to see how many you've sold. Pay me then.